welcome to the Musical Chairs Podcast, the only podcast that invites you to pull up a chair and take a listen. Now, I'm going to be revisiting a story that I did a little while ago with regards to the rock band Kiss. Yes, Kiss has decided to up the ante on their current Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction drama by saying some choice words in a recent article for Rolling Stone magazine. The original members were invited to perform at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, in fact, be inducted in there, and Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley could not agree to having those original members play along with them, arguing that the current two members actually have more years in the band and have contributed more through the career than the original members ever did. Thus, find it disrespectful that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame would only consider the original members of the band to be inducted and to perform for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, as a result of that, there's not going to be a performance whatsoever. And that's gotten Kiss in a lot of hot water lately, because Kiss is feeling like, hey, you know, that's not cool. We're rock and roll stars. We rock and roll all night. We party every day. And that's the way we roll. Now, as a result of doing so, they did an article for Rolling Stone, or they got an interview with Rolling Stone, and some interesting behind-the-scenes descriptions of the relationships between the former members of Kiss and the current members comes to light. The biggest one being that effectively Gene Simmons is of the opinion that Peter Criss nor Ace Frehley are actually deserving to wear the paint. Yep, he said that. That's what he said. Oh yeah, he did say that. He did say that. So that's going to surely piss off plenty of Kiss fans. The Kiss Army is probably going to go into revolt. They're going to pick up arms. They're going to throw Gene Simmons into a Kiss coffin. They're going to raise arms. They're going to, you know, salute the state of rock and roll and do all that great stuff, because that's blasphemous. And I agree. I'm not a Kiss fan, but I do agree with him in the sense of him being able to say that is really disrespectful. That would be like saying, well, guess what? You can run Kiss without you, Gene. You can, you know, if you disrespect the paint, you can be replaced in the band. And then the question becomes, is it really Kiss or not? I'll argue to say that no, it does not become Kiss. You replace enough key members in a band, it doesn't become what that band is anymore. Smashing Pumpkins. That is a very, very personal question that I struggle with all the time. Was I perfectly fine with the original members? Sure. Do I love that lineup? Of course I do. When Darcy and James were not invited back, did I still think of Smashing Pumpkins? Yes, but was it the same? Hell no, it was not the same. When I saw when Jimmy Chamberlain left, did I think it was the same band? Was it Smashing Pumpkins? I don't know. I don't know. I have to think about that one. I'll have to ponder. I still don't know. I don't know. I'll refrain from that in the event Billy Corgan's watching this and I get to meet him, and then he's going to beat me up with his super elongated body and shiny bald head. I think that Kiss has the same identity problem. I think that a lot of people feel that Kiss is not Kiss. I think the old school probably feels it's not Kiss with those members in there today, but they put up with it because at least you've got half of it. And they were the main songwriters, so I'm going to give them credit for that. At least they were the same main songwriters for the band. And, you know, if anybody has the right to continue with the band, it would be those two. But the other item that I found really interesting in the article, and I'll put a link down below for you to look at it, was that Paul Stanley acknowledged the fact that he knows that Gene Simmons, he knows that they're like brothers, like they're all brothers, right? Sometimes you love your brother, but you may not like him all the time, right? So he acknowledged that Gene Simmons is all about Gene Simmons. No. Yeah, Gene Simmons is all about Gene Simmons. And he acknowledged it in a very, like, nonchalant kind of way. You know, it's like, hey, guys, look. Okay, I know we wear the makeup. I know that I, you know, run around on stage with my hairy chest and my ass out, you know. It's fun and games, you know. And I love doing it with this guy because I love being on stage. But if it came down to, you know, being on fire and asking for somebody to put me out, Gene wouldn't whip out his dick in order for him to do that. No, he wouldn't put it out. I know he wouldn't do it. Now, if Gene's on fire, he would expect me to whip out my dick and pee on him. But it's not reciprocal. It's not a reciprocal thing. Not at all. So I found that really interesting. You know, do these guys tolerate each other? Do they genuinely enjoy being around each other? You know, is it strictly a business kind of thing, or has their relationship transcended, you know, all the BS that comes along with being in a band and being in a band of such stature and having such success that they've decided to kind of move on? I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I found that really interesting. You know, personally, here's what I think. I think that all the members of KISS should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They should perform together, similarly to what Metallica did. I can't think of another example off the top of my head. Metallica's the one I can really think of. You know, when they got inducted, I think you should invite all of them on. And whether or not, Guns N' Roses, I think that was the other one. Guns N' Roses, you know, Axl Rose didn't show up, but the band played anyway. You know, they got together. I think Matt Sorum was there. I think Steven Adler was there. So they played along. They played together. It's like, come on, it's one gig. Play a few songs. Who gives a shit? Honestly, it comes down to it. So, really, really interesting article from Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, and I'm definitely looking forward to hearing more about behind the scenes of the mechanical bull that is called KISS. Anyway, that is all I've got. Please subscribe to the links down below. Kind of apologize for doing all these kind of on the road, but I don't get a whole lot of time anymore to sit in the studio. I've been very, very busy with different shows, trying to produce different things lately, so swing by. We'll have some links down below as well to some of those endeavors if you're interested, and if you're not, who cares? You're down below anyway. So that's all I've got. Subscribe, thank you, and I'll talk to you later.
Now that track was called Z. It's followed up with 9 more tracks just like it off their Sleepify record. And they've got inventive titles such as ZZ and ZZZZ and ZZZZZZZ. You get the point.
He decided, because his show was so important to get into, that he yelled for the audience trying to get into his show to bum rush the security and the stage, thus causing a massive push of people to try to push through a very confined space and thus start crushing and hurting people along the way.